Welcome back to Banderas Bay, Mexico. A big bay in Mexico where we have decided to call home for a couple months and our hideout for the fast-approaching hurricane season. It's New Year's Eve, and Parlay Revival has joined us in the bay to help bring in the new year with a great big beach party. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's start the day off like we do most, with a surf session and coffee. Welcome back to Breaking Waves.
Small for the first hour, and then as the ocean gets a bit more energy and wakes up, 'cause, you know, the ocean needs a coffee too.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. Everyone needs a coffee in the morning.
Yeah, that's the Scottish read on the surf forecast right now. Once the ocean's had its caffeine. Yeah, so took a little break from the surf. Let's go see what it looks like from the sky. It's not pumping like it was last night. We got it good last night to ourselves. And there's way more of a crowd this morning, but there's still some waves. It's still fun. And yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Let's go up.
Just recently, I heard someone call this area the Indo of Mexico, after there being so many waves in such a short distance. Whether you were a longboarder, a shortboarder, beginner, or advanced, there would be a wave that suited your needs nearby. Of course, this was a big deciding factor in choosing this spot to hide out for hurricane season, and also because of the anchorages and accessibility to boatyards and parts, and of course, coffee shops.
All right, so we just wrapped up our surf out on the cove. I took a header this morning, fin right to the nose. We're just grabbing some coffees, and then we're gonna go find a beach party fire spot for tonight. Yeah, I was sort of like pinned. The board was pinned underwater, and when I popped up, as I like surfaced, the board shot out of the water, and the fin just clocked me right in the nose. So it's honestly not that big of a deal. Kind of makes it look cool, I think. If you're ever in the Punta Mita area, the El Cafecito, we've been here like, I don't know, 10 times now probably. It's definitely the spot to be for morning coffee and breakfast.
I dropped in on Pete DeVries once.
Yeah, good for you.
And Ty was just like, oh my god.
You should have been like, party wave!
Yeah.
It's so busy. You can almost not see the wave. I think it's a school.
All right, so Colin just challenged us to a race. So it's on. You ready to race?
I mean, they've got a cat.
No. Be confident. We were born to race.
I don't shy away from the challenge. Parlay is a Lagoon 450, so I was not feeling super confident about winning. However, Kiana can point up wind better than a catamaran can.
We are getting ready to race. They are a 45-foot catamaran. This is gonna be.
Are they on 16?
This is gonna be. I mean, there really isn't that much wind, is there?
No. We could put our spaghetti on.
Not all that great for a sailing race today.
Is this it? Or is it long?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
We're doing all right here. Our boat speed's not working, but we got 8.3 on the beam. Starting to pick up some speed. These guys, they're going more into the wind than I would have expected. We gonna catch these guys or what? All right, so total wind switch. We had a beam to a broad. This is probably in our favor because they're a cat. It's now on the nose. It's really light though. So we're kind of inching our way out offshore. See if we can scoop up some wind further up there. Allie's still working on getting the spinnaker sheet ready to go. And yeah, we got a slight lead on Parlay Revival. Colin and his salty band of sea gypsies. Salty.
Oh, they hit this little dead zone. Their sails are all floppy. Gotta stay away from those mountains. Stay away from the land. Find the wind. Floppy sails. We're crushing them. I wouldn't call this crushing, but we're definitely gaining on him. How's the block going?
Got block in place. We're getting the spinnaker ready to go. Oh,
I know they lost their wind.
we're back.
We caught up. Oh, my hands are shaking for excitement.
Just checking to see if you guys needed any help. It looks like you're not moving anymore.
You guys don't look like you're right along.
Is that what it looks like from behind? Shit, I wasn't paying attention. I went down to call them on the radio and chirp them, and then we got backwinded. And I can't start the engine to solve that problem, so now we're in a bit of, there's no wind. We're hooped.
No, we're not.
If you guys just give up now, then we can run over there.
I mean, I'm happy to end the race while we're in first place and call it a win.
We're a couple of boat lengths ahead, so if you want to call it, just call it.
Yeah, you know, in North America, in the Northern Hemisphere, when the boat is in front, that's the one that's ahead. So that would be us in this case.
Did you turn?
Is the finish line La Paz? Are we going the wrong way?
We're backwinded again.
See, every time I come down here to talk to you on the radio, I stop paying attention to my boat, and then we're back with it
crew
again.
gets mad at you.
Fuck.
I need to jump in.
Say that again?
I need to jump in or something. It's so hot and I've been like sprinting because I'm super competitive. And I'm like, I'm wet. I need to like jump in.
But no, mate, I mean, we're headed upwind, we're a monohull. I'd say we would basically got this one in the bag. So if you're getting sick of having flogging sails and want to start motoring just to keep up with us, we'll just keep sailing, but you guys do you.
Don't underestimate how stubborn I am. Till you forfeit, we're going to keep sailing.
Alright, Ali's gonna go for a swim, but we're gonna keep sailing.
Alright, we should be there in about 16 hours at the speed.
A little mid-race dip.
Well, now that we have time to spare.
We got such a big lead, we can just take our time, have a nice swim. God, they're slow.
We can call the race off to tomorrow.
Resume till later.
Yeah, we could resume it later. That's fair.
Okay, we'll resume.
So you guys gave up.
Despite our competitive nature, we had things to do. So we turned on the engine and postponed the race until there was actually wind. It's so fun sailing with friends. I wish all of my friends bought boats so that we could just do this all the time. We were in charge of planning a New Year's Eve beach party for any young cruisers and boats in the area that wanted to join. So we set off finding the right beach with a relatively easy dinghy
I was
land.
thinking just anchor right in front of the beach lake.
Yep, if we can keep an eye on the boat and all of that. Yeah, get as close as possible. Have a rager on the beach.
All Boat Spray joined us as well, zipping around in the dinghy to try to get a closer look.
Scoping out the beach bonfire bonanza spot. We're gonna clean up back behind and move back to it. Well, give it some cash.
This is it. We found our spot. It's gonna be a fun New Year's.
Found the whip finally too. Too bad we couldn't have this for the race.
All right.
So we're back in the cruise and everybody's loading up on all the party goods for tonight. Stoked to New Year's Eve party tonight. And we're off again.
Woo.
Quick pit stop. Time to close this year out. It's been a hell of a year.
Yeah.
We got engaged right at the beginning of it, basically, at the end of last year.
Oh yeah, guys, we haven't told you.
Yeah, we got engaged! For those of you who
Sorry,
don't know.
look at it. We got
We
engaged.
didn't really make it an online thing, but yeah, we got engaged, we refit the boat, on the hard. We re-rigged the boat.
We did our first offshore crossing.
First offshore passage. We left Canada. We sailed to the States. We've sailed to Mexico. We've been surfing off the boat. We've been hanging out with friends. It's been a pretty awesome year.
Yeah, it's been a big year. I don't know about 2023, but it's going to be a hard one to beat 2022.
Oh, I don't know. I think 2023 is shaping up pretty damn sweet.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching this year, and by the time you see this, it'll be well into 2023. But yeah, Happy New Year's, everybody, and looking forward to seeing what comes of the new year.
As we waited for people to arrive, we head over to Parlay to do some last-minute planning and share a few beers.
Parlay Revival. What is this? A Lagoon 45? 450.
And he just will not grasp.
Buddy on the beach, you reckon, is down for a party?
The beach turned out to have the perfect landing and plenty of dry firewood for a fire. So we set out to getting it started while some others started mixing cocktails for the beach.
Ready to party down?
Yeah.
I'll start to watch the next episode.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, looks good. This is our patron, Adele.
Oh.
Just met Adele. Adele and Chris are our patrons, and you guys are from Canada?
Thank you for
They have... Yeah, I'll help collect some. Yeah, do it. Do it. Thomas and I are on fire duty.
Happy New Year's, young cruisers!
Yes, muchacho! Yoo!
7 young cruisers, we're here with 5 or 6 boats, hanging out, fire on the beach, cold beers. What do you need? Sit up there.
Man with firewood.
We're here in Puerto Vallarta celebrating New Year's.
Happy New Year's. Have a toast and try mezcalitas.
I'll see how you feel in the morning.
In Nerea's tradition, we ate grapes as we counted down from 10 on our way to New Year's. And in my tradition, I rallied together some girls to do a polar dip that was significantly warmer than in my Canadian water polar dips. And Kayleen and I made a new tradition of doing tequila shots out of Tyler's prosthetic legs. And the food and the drinks and the music flowed. It was a really, really wonderful way to bring in a Mexican New Year's with some talented people.
Life is too short to love the one you got, 'cause you might get it wrong or you might get shot. Never stop standing, can't you get it on my chest? Battle with my bulletproof vest.
Who films the filmer?
Within my reach, stop like just that. Finally get served, love's what I got. Come Saudi Arabia, I feel it when the dance gets hot. Love is how we gonna live.
And we finished the night off on Parlay, playing music well into the night.
Ever since I was little, it looked like
Until it wasn't nighttime anymore.
That was an all-nighter.
Thanks for checking in with us this week. And if you love Breaking Waves and value the work that we put into each episode, head on over to Patreon and sign up for as little as $2 an episode. And if you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next episode. And hey, while you're here, why don't you check our last week's episode, which is all about sailing and surfing around Banderas Bay with Parlay Revival. Thanks for watching and see you at the next episode.